Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Cooking with Barbara Morani. If you're new here, karibu sana. You're so much welcome. Remember to subscribe and to press the notification bell so that you can be part of this wonderful family and you get notified every time I post a new video. At the beginning of this channel, I told you that I'll be showing you how to prepare winning foods, and this is that day. I'm going to show you how to prepare winning food for kids, or rather for babies 6 months going up. So if you want to learn that, you better stay tuned. To prepare the food, you'll need the following ingredients, but the size will depend on the amount of food you want to have at the end of it all. I want some food that I can store for the next day. So I have a bowl of butternut, or you can use kawaida pumpkin, a bowl of potatoes, a bowl of carrots, and a bowl of spinach, and half an onion and 1 tomato. Guys, when you're preparing meals for kids, always ensure it is balanced and it has greens, guys. Even if you don't have all the components that add up to a balanced diet, make sure you have greens. So you also need some salt and some cooking oil. I know there's a lot of contradiction when it comes to salt and cooking oil when you're preparing meals, mostly for kids 6 months going up, the weaning kids, that some people say that you're not supposed to put salt, others say you're only supposed to boil the food, you're not supposed to use cooking oil, but I totally disagree with that. Kids need all the nutrients that we adults need. Some nutrients that are in the cooking oil are not found in the food. Nutrients that are in the salt are not found in the food. So you just need to measure them correctly. Don't overdo anything, but make sure you use them. So let's get started. Yeah, our tomatoes are ready. So I'm just going to add cooking oil, and I need just enough to cook the onions. Kidogo sana. Yeah, that's enough. And then we're going to start preparing our meal. So let's light our gas. Then we're going to cover and allow our onions to cook. Covering your food will allow it to maintain all the flavors and the aromas. If you open the food, it won't have all the good smell that comes with some nice cooked food. So our onions are ready. They're almost done. So next we're going to add our tomatoes. Next, we're going to add salt. You need to add salt early so that it can cook, and be very careful. You need very little salt, just enough salt to taste. Our tomatoes are cooked, so we're going to start adding our vegetables. And then I'm going to add the spinach at this point because we want it to cook very well so that it can be easy for the baby to digest. And then we give it a good stir. Then you cover for, yes, so after some few minutes we're going to add our liquid. I'm saying liquid because I'm going to add water at this point because I don't have broth, but if you have broth you better add it because it will add more flavor and it will incorporate in more nutrients to the food from the meat. For those who don't know, broth is the soup that you get after boiling meat. Yeah, so it's that time that you're going to add some water. Then we give it a good start. Kids love colorful foods, so you need to be very careful when you're preparing the foods. You need to incorporate a lot of colors in as much as you're making the food to be nutritious, should be appealing to the kids. So we're just going to cover and let the food cook. So minutes passed and our food looks ready. It is ready. It looks so yummy. So we're just going to remove it from the heat. That's a lot of steam there. So I'm going to use some masher. Like I've told you earlier, I'm making this food for a 9-month-old. So I'm just going to lightly mash it, lightly, not like a puree. So that's pretty much it. Next I'm going to show you how I divide the food and how I store it. So I normally use these 4 bowls which have these lids to store the food. So I just put enough food to each bowl. The food I'm putting here is enough for 1 feed. So there's no food for this bowl, so for now we're just going to use these 3 bowls. So what I do next is I leave them to cool, because as you can see they're still hot just from the gas, and then I cover them with the lids after they have cooled. If you cover food while it is still hot, it will go bad. So once they are cool, I cover and then I put in the fridge if I'm using in the next 1 or 2 days. But if I'm using like after 3 days, I put it in the freezer. And then another thing, guys, when you're warming baby's food, never use a microwave. Use hot water, and then you put the food over the hot water till it becomes warm. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about the baby food. So let's put it aside so that it cools, then we'll cover and store it. That's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've learned something, and you're going to prepare that delicious meal for your babies. Until next time, bye, and remember to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and to subscribe if you have not.